Now 20 lakh people visited Kedarnath last year in 2023, and a year before that, close to 11 and a half lakh people visited Kedarnath in 2022. That's already a 2x increase in just 1 year. And the question is, are the mountains prepared to handle all this? Is there any infrastructure in place, leave alone what we have already done to the fragile ecosystem? Just think of it, a lot of people can simply design their entire itinerary by looking at videos. And obviously, a big reason for going is to shoot videos and reels, all part of the spiritual tourism, okay? And make no mistake about this is the truth. Otherwise, you just can't have all of a sudden 10 lakh, a million more people who have decided to undertake this pilgrimage all of a sudden. Now, I don't have much against them necessarily, but the question is, how do we accommodate all this? Because number one, it's a very fragile ecosystem. Okay, the mountains themselves are, if you see just what unfolded, the tragedy of epic proportions, more specifically between Sonprayag and Gaurikund. There are jeeps carrying people to and fro the entire day and night. At night, they are bringing people from Gaurikund to Sonprayag, and from the morning onwards, it's all the way from Sonprayag to Gaurikund, back and forth, back and forth. This keeps on that entire stretch of 5 kilometers. Just imagine the kind of impact that it has, because that's the last sort of motorable portion. After that, you have to undertake the walk, right, the trek. Now, a lot of people who obviously can undertake the trek, that 18 kilometers from Gaurikund to Kedarnath, they can also walk the same 5 kilometers from Sonprayag to Gaurikund. But they would take the jeep, right? So this is something, what I'm basically going to discuss is how can we become more conscious of what we are doing, right? Because spiritual tourism, believe me, is not sustainable. Okay, and I don't see how does it benefit in the long run, because eventually you're going to have more and more people. And just look at the entire situation with the state itself. If you take a cab, because I went there myself, okay, and if you take a cab from Haridwar or Dehradun, anywhere, to Sonprayag, you're going to see the entire stretch of 270-80 kilometers is just construction. There's something going, being blown away here and there, something blasting, and small landslides here and there. And now you have the, again, another tragedy. Now, obviously, my prayers are with all of them, but you have to understand that we cannot let this go on and on. And that raises the question, what can we do? For example, I'll give you my share of experience. If you think of the Gangotri, uh, you know people who go to Gomukh, for example, from Gangotri, so it's very clear that you cannot carry uh, anything and just leave it. Okay, you have to take it back, whatever you carry. So we need to bring in those measures for Kedarnath as well, because if you go to Kedarnath, there's unbelievable littering. Everywhere you can see the garbage, the plastic bottles. People actually, they get their raincoats and they just leave it over there. It's so common. It's like a use and throw kind of thing. They use it, it rains invariably over there, and they just leave it. Look, it is the most sacrosanct place on earth, okay, and you cannot do this to such a place, because a lot of the stupid people would just go there, shoot their reels, their vlogs, throw their garbage, whatever shit they carry, and that's it. They come back home, right? They have absolutely no respect for the place. They just want to go there and shoot their videos and spread their crap here and there. But this needs to stop, because you're just going to damage the Himalayas. And make no mistake, this is irrecoverable, okay? You cannot recover the damage. This is, you're just leaving plastics at 3,607 meters. How is this even legit? How this can be allowed is beyond me. And we need to take it on ourselves. We cannot be so self-entitled. You just visit the temple and okay, I'm not even saying you may be having great devotion, but you need to be very conscious, because if you have millions of people visiting now, this needs to happen. And make, if you can trek, if you can walk, just walk. You don't have to take all the mules and porters and you know these jeeps from Gaurikund to Sonprag. Just walk, okay, so that you put less pressure on the already fragile ecosystem. So these are some of the things which I wanted to highlight. And it really has to become some kind of a punishable offense if people just don't. I don't know how would it be possible to track so many people, uh, but there needs to be places, people need to be put in place, for doing any kind of damage to these systems. It's the most, you cannot denigrate the sanctity of Kedarnath. It's not a joke, and people need to be conscious. And the most important thing will be that, do I really want to go? You know, is this, I really want to undertake this journey? Is there something that I want to experience? You need to ask yourself these questions, and not just go there because you want to shoot a vlog and show it to the world. So these are some of the things that I think is very important. So don't make it a picnic spot, don't make it a party spot. It is the most sacrosanct place. Keep it that way, respect it, and that's the only message I have. Har Har Mahadev.